Hey nerds, Jared Bear here. Welcome to the channel. We're going to talk about our game of the year, basically kind of front runners so far for 2022 through the first 3 quarters. I went to go look at how I formatted these other videos, and then I realized I never posted the Q2 video. I did it. It was edited. It was thumbnailed. I just didn't fucking post it. So anyways, we're going to talk about our winners. We'll have to do a recap from January, February, March, April, May, and June. We'll rapid fire those game of the month winners. I'll briefly talk about what I thought about the games from Q2, and then we'll get into Q3. It just wrapped up. We're wrapping up with September right now. We're moving into October. We're moving into October. Happy fall to you guys. Enjoy your pumpkin spice lattes. And I'll tell you guys what I thought about Q3 and our predictions for Q4. And if you're checking this out for the first time, through each of the quarters, maybe next year I may do it in halves, since that's basically what I'm doing this year. I just want to talk about my favorite games from each of the month and kind of give out a game of the month award winner. And at the end of the year, between those 12 games, or if I don't have a game of the month, whatever number games, we will pick a game of the year winner. We'll do a big old Jer Awards at the end as well, which will cover things such as favorite boss fight, favorite character, best story, best lore, best looking, most addicting, most fun, game of the year, blah, 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 etc., etc. We'll talk about those things and give out an official award here to the channel for one of those games. So first, let's just go over our recap from Q1, all right? January's game of the month was Pokemon Legends Arceus, I don't care how you say it. In February was Elden Ring, and in March was Kirby and the Forgotten Land with our Q1, basically Q1 game of the year winner, right? If it ended in that first quarter of the year, was hands down Elden Ring by a landslide, even though I fell in love with Pokemon Legends because that shit took a lot of hours from me. A lot of hours. In Q2, which you guys didn't get to see, May was just, I mean, nothing I played came out in May. So maybe if you found something that came out in the month of May 2022, if you loved it, congrats. But for me, I don't have a game of the month winner for May. In April would actually be Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. In June, I did not know Diablo Immortal was going to be such a big shit show. So instead, it went to Mario Strikers. And my Q2 game of the year, if it ended right there, would have been Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, or just in those 3 months. And for the first half of the year, if I had to pick a game of the year award winner right now, it would be Elden Ring still by a landslide. Like, I no other of these games have I went through and played, and then immediately after the fact, hunted down and found the collector's edition to enjoy and have a blast with. So there's that. So what about Q3? What about July, August, and September? I got some nominees here from July, right? From the 19th, we had Stray, and on the 28th, we had Digimon Survive. I didn't get a chance to play Digimon Survive, but a lot of my friends that play it really enjoyed it, so I put it on the list. I'm going to go ahead and say that if I had to give an award for Game of the Month for July 2022, it would easily be Stray. When it comes to August, I put September. I put Spider-Man for Windows along with Multiverses. I felt weird having Spider-Man for Windows because it literally is just a port over for Windows that people mod it. So my game of the month for August 2022 is Multiverses. And then in September, I haven't got a chance to play it. I don't know if I will play it. I may wait for a price drop. I only have one option I can put down, and that was released on September the 2nd, which is The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. Same deal as the Spider-Man thing. I was going to put World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, right? But it's just classic. It's a game that's already been out. It's nothing special. So The Last of Us would win that because they did do an overhaul, kind of. They updated some things. I don't think it was needed, but I got a chance to watch some of the gameplay on Twitter, and it looked fucking phenomenal. So I may actually go back and replay that. So July, Stray, August, Multiverses, September, Last of Us Remake. And if I had to pick a winner through Q3, just those 3 months, it would be Stray. I had way too much fun with Stray. I played it out that entire week. It was only like 6 hours, but I stretched it out as much as I could. And we had just a little kitty cat, man, running around and just causing trouble and saving the world. What a wild opening, though. If you haven't played that game, it's a wild opening. And without spoilers, an unsatisfactory end for me. I feel like it should have been better. And hopefully there is other games down the line. But yeah. Which leads us into like, okay, if we had to pick a game of the year winner right now through those 3, we only really have 3 big winners, which is Elden Ring, Lego Star Wars and Stray. And I already said from the first half it'd be Elden Ring, and Elden Ring versus Stray is no contest. It's Stray. I'm just kidding. It's Elden Ring. Like, Elden Ring so far for me is this perfect game this entire year, and I don't really see that changing, except psych! Psych! It hasn't met its competition yet. It was one game we were all waiting to see if it would get pushed back, otherwise it'd be a landslide victory. We'll get to it in just a second. Right now, Elden Ring's a clear front runner. What about the back end? What about this last quarter? What about the fourth quarter? Big time, showtime. Put your fours up in the air. Huh? October, November, December. Here's my predictions for the games that I'm going to have I played or nominated or whatever. We have so many great games, potentially great games, coming out in October. Look at this shit. In October, on the 18th, we have A Plague Tale Requiem. On the 21st, we have Gotham Knights, which I feel like that got pushed back, but maybe I'm wrong. On the 21st, we have Scorn. On the 28th, I threw this on here. I played the beta a little bit the other day. I got Modern Warfare 2. The new Modern Warfare 2, not the original. I don't know why the fuck they're naming it the same thing. I feel like A Plague Tale will come out on top of that. I don't know if I get a chance to play it. I hope so. It is spooky month, so fingers fucking crossed, you know? For the month of November is where it gets interesting. On the 8th is Sonic Frontiers, which is a game that needs to go back in the effing oven, okay? Do you hear me? It needs to go back in the oven. What are we doing? Throw that bitch back in there, recook it. Set it to 450. On the 9th is your only other competitor so far for Game of the Year in my eyes. God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is coming out November the fucking 9th. Less than 2 months away. God of War Raggy is coming out and going head to head with Elden Ring for Game of the Year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I feel like it's going to be close. Elden Ring already won. I think it was the Japanese Game of the Year because they have a different schedule than we do. Congrats. Your time's coming. Your time is up. My time is now. Hashtag John Cena. On the 18th, we have Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Fire. Looking forward to every bit of it. On the 22nd, a game that got pushed back from September. So it went from the latter half of Q3 to the mid half of Q4. I guess that's how you would word it. Would be Evil West. I watched the trailer. I still want to play it. We'll have to wait and see. I think landslide from November would be God of War Ragnarok. And in the last month, we have, in the month of December, on the 2nd, we have both the Callisto Protocol, which looked fucking wild from the trailers. I don't know how exactly I feel about that game, but I do want to give it a shot. We have the Callisto Protocol, as well we have Marvel's Midnight Suns, a card Marvel game that makes you do actions and stuff. Not Ultimate Alliance, but maybe Ultimate Alliance with cards a little bit. And then on the 13th, we have Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Yeah, Crisis Core, the PSP game. I think, what is it coming to? The PSP game will be on, shit, I closed it. I think it's going to be on PS5. It should. They remade it. And then unannounced, obviously, we don't know when it's going to come out. I think it's supposed to be this year. I'm pretty sure. We don't have next year's game title released. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which would be the sequel to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's the second part of it, and then the third part should be winter 2023, unless I had that all fucked up. Feel free to yell at me about it. I don't care. Now, from the month of December, I'd probably have to go with Final Fantasy VII stuff for sure. And obviously Q4, my prediction is God of War Ragnarok. And I think it comes down to a game in February and a game in November, the second month of the year and the second to last month of the year, a game on the 25th, a game on the 9th. I feel like it just comes down to those two behemoths, you know? What's 25 plus 9 is 34. What's 3 plus 4? It's 7. Do that math. That not make any sense to you? Made sense to me. Now, God of War Ragnarok, I feel like will actually probably end up being my front runner. That is like pre any of this, my game of the year prediction, just as soon as it was announced, whenever that game comes out, that's game of the year. 2018 God of War to me is still one of the best games that's ever been made, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I don't. I think that Elden Ring will win some of the JER awards, but I think God of War will probably take home the big one. I don't 100% know for sure, but that's just what I got so far, man. And I hope maybe something else squeaks out that is even a bigger of a banger than we were even expecting. But you never know. You never know. So sorry there was no Q2 video, and if there was, maybe I just didn't type it right. I'll look back through my content again. Sorry there was no video for that, but we're here for Q3. We're going into Q4. We're going into the last 3 months of the year. We got God of War coming up. Yeah, I had the trailer up the other day for it, the reaction. I'm going to try and do a couple more videos for God of War because I really fucking love those new games, and I do love the Norse mythology. And on that note, I think we're out. Like, let me know so far your game of the year. You could break it down as much as I did by month or by quadrant, by Q, by quarter, or you could just tell me your game of the year front runner so far. Either way, let me know. I'll tell you what it ain't. You guys can let me know that information, and I'm going to head out. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, check back for gameplays, commentaries, news, and updates. Later, nerds.